Greetings, Indie Warriors! Are you ready for some high-flying action? Today we are soaring through the skies to review arcade flight shooter Red Wings American Aces on the Nintendo Switch.
Enemy reinforcements arrived.
American Aces is not the first entry in this franchise. Longtime fans will perhaps remember our review of Red Wings Aces of the Sky, a game from 2020 that I actually quite enjoyed, also played on the Switch. Even though that was a well-made product, I'm really pleased to report that in almost every aspect, American Aces seems to be the superior game. Red Wings American Aces features a story mode which can be enjoyed with 2 players via local split screen, an option that I always really like. Local games that include scored, teamed, and time-teamed battles, as well as a hide-and-seek mode, and there's even an online mode where up to 9 players can battle through the skies in other modes like Last Man Standing or Squad Elimination battles. I wasn't able to test the online features for this review, sadly, but I can say that the local split-screen offerings were pretty solid. In the story mode, I didn't come across much turbulence either. As you go through 30 different missions spread across 3 different chapters, you'll be taking down enemy planes, flying through rings, avoiding blasts of thunder, or even having your weapons disabled, leaving you to rely on barrel rolls. Mission variety is pretty decent here, and they were all pretty fun for different reasons. You'll even get some nice hand-drawn story segments in between the different chapters. Controlling your warplane feels nice and smooth thanks to a surprisingly good performance out of the Nintendo Switch here. The game actually felt like it flirted with 60 frames per second, a rare feat for this aging portable console hybrid. This is helped by a simplistic cartoony aesthetic. You'll move your plane with the left stick, you can travel faster with the right stick at the cost of maneuverability, all while keeping an eye on your navigation system, which helps you to spot enemy planes and other objectives. Each warplane, of which there are a decent amount, all with their own unique statistics, will also need to keep an eye on its fuel. There are fuel rings on the maps, which will also restore your health, but do be aware that there aren't always a ton of these, so you'll need to use them wisely. But of course, the real fun of this game is going to come in gunning down your foes, who can be zoomed in on and blasted down with machine guns. I did find that enemies will fly straight at you often in this game, so you do need to get the heck out of the way, otherwise you're going to take massive damage as you bash into one another. If you're getting shot up from behind, there is a handy feature here where you can hold down the L button as well and then rotate the camera so that you can see just exactly what's going on behind you. I wasn't very good at it, but it did look kind of cool. At the end of each mission, you're going to be ranked on a 3-star system, and I have to say, I really personally stink at this game. It was a struggle to get anything above a 1-star ranking for me, and that kind of sucks because these stars are how you gain new skills. These stars can of course increase your statistics, but they'll also make your skills a lot better, like the barrel roll or the quick comeback, which allows you to gain an advantage on enemy warplanes by getting behind them. There's also takedowns, which allow for you to target groups of planes and send your buddies after those enemies. All of the skills are really well implemented and pretty useful for the most part. I particularly enjoyed the fatal takedowns, which not only look dramatic, but they're a great way to dispose of wounded opponents. With some really smooth controls, fun and easy to use skills, and solid performance from the Switch version, American Aces is really a lot of fun. Even the split screen mode ran well enough, and I love that you can tackle the story with a friend. Not enough games do that. Do be warned though, unless you have a lot of experience in this genre, you're going to find it pretty tough. At least I did. The AI is pretty brutal. They will latch onto you and shoot you to no end. Expect to fail plenty of missions, and when you do pass, perhaps not get as many stars as you would have hoped. Visually, I know I talked a little bit about the performance already, which is mostly pretty good, but the game has a almost cel-shaded look to it. That's not half bad. It's not mind-blowing, but it does have some style. Again, really liked a lot of the animations for the skills, decent variety in levels with the 30 different missions, and targeting that 60 FPS. Yeah, that's really a nice little treat for Switch owners. The sound effects are also serviceable here with a soundtrack that fits the game well enough. Again, not remarkable, but certainly not a bad visual and audio presentation here. So with a solid story mode full of unlockables, some decent multiplayer options, Red Wings American Aces is a nice offering for fans of arcade-style flying games. While this isn't always my favorite genre, I still had a lot of fun with this one. I think there's a good chance you will too.
Enemy reinforcements arrived.
Thank you so much for watching the latest video from I Dream of Indie. We would now like to shout to the heavens our brave indie warriors and indie legends. You know I'd fly into battle for you. Indie warriors: Bill T, Christian Cruz, Kevalo, Adriana Amato, CJR, PSC, Julian Colbus, Jesse, Ray Lynn, Marky Mint, Dave Hart, Peekaboo, Lex Noyle, Carmine Red, King of the Hatch, and Blue Francis 14. Those brave indie legends include Jen Rose, Larkison, Mitchell Hall, Eric, Peach, Skepticism, C-Coil, Nathan Moore, and Chris Jackson. Thank you so much for everything that you do for independent developers, the publishers, and for I Dream of Indie. Everybody else, head down to that description box below. Let's stop this gaming echo chamber and bring a voice to the voiceless ones in gaming.